Hi, welcome back, my dear students. So let's go ahead and learn some more modules that are super important. And in this module that you're going to learn in this lecture here, it's not the most important module in the world, but it's good for you to understand what it is and what it does. Okay, so this module that we're going to be learning about is the child process module. All right, we're going to be able to take control of, let's say, our computer that the script is on. Okay, we're going to be able to take let's say, for example, right now we can take over this operating system's commands. And the way we do that right now with, let's say, this Mac operating system I'm using is by using the terminal, right? We can execute commands in the terminal. And when we execute those commands, our computer does something, right? Our operating system does something. So we're going to be able to take control of that. And if you're using Windows, of course, you might want to execute Windows commands, okay? And I'm just gonna do something super simple here so that way you guys can do it in the Windows operating systems as well, okay? So let's create a new file here. I'm gonna call this execute, okay, .js. And let's play around with this. So I'm gonna use constant, and this module that I want to, it's called child process. I'm just gonna, there we go. Now, this child process module here has something that we want. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to just chain it here and just get it out. Let's just use it like this. And I'm just going to call this execute here. It's simple, simpler. Execute. So let's go to the terminal here. And if you're using Windows or anything else like that, you might want to do a dir to list all the directories, all the files in that directory, right? And for us in Mac operating systems or Linux, we do ls, right? And we can see all those files in there. So let's say, for example, I want to execute this in my application. I want to do this in the computer, and I want to show this all this information in the front end, which we're not going to be doing that now, okay? But we're gonna be pulling out this execute from there, and we're gonna be using the first argument here is going to be the command that we want to execute, right? And then this is going to have some type of callback function here. This callback function is going to have two arguments. It's going to have the error that we can receive if things don't go according to our plan, or the standard, okay, output. So let's come back here and let's just execute this real quick here, and we can check to see if this has some type of error here. So if we find an error, then we'll, return the error, right? And if not, then we'll just do a console real quick, and we can console out, let's say, our output. Let's just do our output here, which is the standard a stud out object. Okay, so let's execute this file here, and let's just say node. Let's just do a clear here on our terminal. No execute, enter, and you can see that we get that output right here. You see that? Now, if I didn't have this, of course, then we wouldn't have this output. Okay? So that's pretty cool stuff. We can use this object here and do a whole bunch of things with it, right? We can loop through that, okay, and find out if our, um, stood out object is, equal to any of this. And if it is, what we can do something about that, right? So we can manage that data, as simple as that. It's pretty cool stuff. So that's what I wanted to show you here with the child process. It's not, much but this is very powerful. Like it's not much, it's very simple to use, but at the same time it's super powerful because you are able to control your commands here in that operating system that you're executing that script from, which is pretty cool. And then you can send that data to the front end of your application. One thing to keep in mind is that for those using Windows, you might want to change this to dir. Okay, simple as that. Whatever commands you have available in your operating system, those are the commands that you are want to execute. All right, because I'm using a Mac operating system, I'm using ls. But whatever command you want to execute in Windows, you might want to take a look at command lines or commands available in your operating system by doing a Google search or something like that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next lectures.